Back in July, I made a video about how my Leica M11P Safari had been misplaced by UPS. I'm gonna go ahead and link that first video right here. And while that's linked up there, you can obviously see that there's a Leica M11P Safari on my desk. I'm gonna go ahead and link the replacement video right here. Now this video is not gonna go into everything I went into in the first two videos. You can watch them, but if you just need like a few seconds of recap, my Leica M11P Safari needed a repair. I sent it off to Leica through UPS, second day air. It never left the store, it disappeared from the store. UPS stores are not UPS, or a different company. They're independently owned by like a local person, has nothing to do with UPS. They just licensed the name. I got stuck in a loop between UPS saying they never got the package and the UPS store saying they don't know where it went. I ended up having to file with my insurance, PPA. The whole thing was a hot freaking mess. And in today's video, I'm gonna tell you how UPS resolved it on their end and what they told me. So the very first thing that I want to cover here is regarding the local Bay Area news, because they actually picked this story up and I learned that my story was not original, that like there are other people specifically here in the Bay Area that have had high value items just disappear. But what gets really crazy is not only did they disappear and then UPS just said, you know, they didn't have any idea where they went, these items ended up on eBay. I'm gonna link a video right here to the local news and how they covered my part of the story, but they reference the other things as well. It's honestly just really insane. The reporter that I was working with, she called me up like in the middle of this whole investigation thing with not any information that was relevant to me, but just because she needed to process and say how crazy things were that she was uncovering. And honestly, between trying to work with the police and UPS, the only person outside of PPA, which is my insurance, the only person who I felt took this thing serious and actually tried to figure out what the hell was going on was ABC 7 News. I even told this reporter that I felt like she was basically April O'Neil chasing the story down and getting to the bottom of it where no one else was taking it serious. And we all know how things ended for Shredder and the Foot Clan, though UPS is having a very different outcome. So all that to say, there's a bigger thing going on regarding UPS and the shipment of high dollar goods and things ending up on eBay. Okay, so now let's talk about my final phone call from the UPS store corporate office. Now, if you are following along on my Instagram, as I was kind of posting like daily updates during the investigation piece, UPS Store Corporate reached out and they were going to do an investigation and try to figure out what happened. And then they asked me that if they could make things right, if I would take down my video, to which I told them no, because 80,000 people saw it and I can't have that undone. I'd rather just make a new video like this one and say, well, here's what happened next and here's how UPS made it right. I can't say that today because after they did an investigation, they conference called me to tell me that their investigation was inconclusive. Like they could not conclude what actually happened with my Leica. It was just all inconclusive. Their official position was packages go missing every day. And if you want UPS Store to be held responsible for those packages that go missing, you need to buy our insurance. That is their official position. I was pretty hot by the end of the phone call, and I'm a pretty slow to anger person. Like, anger is not one of my go-to emotions, but I'll be honest, I was angry. I was very frustrated with the whole situation anyway. And whenever they basically said, we have an inconclusive case here, but we're done with it. We feel like we did everything we could to try to get to the bottom of it. There is no bottom. We can't conclude anything. Next time, maybe buy insurance from us and we'll be happy to stand by when we lose things. That is their official position. When I repeated that back to them, they said, well, no, you're kind of like speaking in black and white terms. I'm like, it doesn't get more black and white than what you're telling me. Now, they did offer to cover an insurance premium increase should I incur one next year, which honestly just kind of felt like a slap in the face with the whole thing. And so I just wrapped the phone call up and moved on. At this point in my personal journey, I don't see a day where I'm shipping through UPS, specifically UPS stores, ever again. And I hate that because I have received like a dozen emails from UPS stores around the country. Owners from those stores who saw my video reached out with sympathy and understanding and like full criticism of how this whole situation has been handled. But you know, like when one thing goes wrong in a company, it's hard to like take the other ones at face value and trust that they're all going to be legitimate and treat you right. And if you're a photographer and you're watching this and you are shipping cameras or shipping high-end gear, I would seriously evaluate who you are shipping through. Now, I will say many of the UPS store owners that have reached out to me, like if I had them locally, I would have no problem trusting them. But I think it's critical to know who owns the UPS store you are intending to use. I would go in there and have like a face-to-face with them, interface with them, get to know them until there's a level of trust that if you ship through them, you can feel good about it. I can't sit here in good faith and promote any courier, which freaking sucks because we need to mail things, but there are countless stories of failures in shipping from UPS, FedEx, the post office, DHL. Like there are countless stories in the comments of the videos that I've made on this topic that basically say nothing is safe short of you getting on a plane with your item and taking it where it needs to go. And for the love of God, don't check the bag. Now, the last point I'm gonna make here is just more regarding what I've done since then to try to like keep this investigation as alive as possible, just for my own peace of mind, because I have replaced the camera. I'm back to work. I haven't experienced downtime. Like I'm doing fine. There's no personal like, oh my God, like my family's losing income because I can't work. I'm not in that position. That's why I insure all of my gear. And if you watched the last video I did on this topic, Professional Photographers of America, PPA, completely resolved this in 5 business days. So I'm good on that. But I have set up some daily notifications that tell me when a Safari pops on eBay, when one pops on Craigslist, when one pops on a few other forums and places. Like I've got some web crawlers, just keeping an eye on things, checking serial numbers and descriptions about a missing battery. So like I'm got that there for my own just curiosity and peace of mind. I don't expect that to ever turn anything up though, because I believe that the original Leica M11P Safari that I owned is in the garbage. Why do I believe it's in the garbage? Because I believe it was stolen at the UPS store because it never made it on the truck. Remember, this is an inconclusive investigation where there's no responsibility. And it seems like it never left the store. The way the owner of that store treated me and responded leads me to believe that there is a conspiracy to cover up what they may have seen on cameras or may have internal knowledge of. I don't think that the thief or person that stole this camera expected there to be this much attention on it, expected the police to be called or any of this stuff. And I think the camera was discarded into the trash and is now in a landfill. Now, it could show up somewhere. I don't know. My personal belief, though, is that it's gone forever and in the garbage. But at this point, for me, for my personal story, for what happens on this channel moving forward, we're done. We're just done. Unless this camera just shows up, we are moving on into bigger and better things. Greener pastures, sunnier days, and photography. You know, because that's what this channel is about. It's about photography. Good old, slow-paced, manual focusing, God-fearing photography. So if you're into photography, stay tuned, because we're not talking about UPS anymore, thank God. And if you've been walking with me through this journey, thank you, because your DMs, your support, your just overall vibes you've sent and the good energy and the thoughts and prayers, however you want to contextualize it, like I have felt it all. So I really appreciate you watching. And if you are not a subscriber of this channel, then go ahead and get subscribed for that slow-paced, manual focusing photography that is ahead of us, though there's actually some autofocus photography coming soon. More on that next week. Stay tuned, and I'll see you then.